Hi everybody, and welcome to Minivan Camper Building with Leslie. After many cross-country trips, after about 100,000 miles, after visiting God knows how many states, and after many months of living in the van, here's everything that has changed since I built the van in the first place. Ready to check it out? These pads on the crossbars were originally made with cheap pool noodles and even cheaper fabric. They disintegrated in a real short time, so I eventually replaced them with some marine grade fabric as covers. Much better. We've since purchased a screen room that we travel with always. It's so great. And when it's broken down and stored in the storage bag, we put it up here on the crossbars to travel with. It stays up there just fine. That black 2-burner stove that you see that's stored over the blue container, that's long gone. That actually got stolen. We replaced it with a much smaller stove. Along those lines, we're trying to replace any equipment with much smaller versions of the same equipment to help with storage. In addition, this big basin down here, that's where I used to keep my clothes. But now I came up with a different idea, and I'll show you what that is in a few minutes. Despite my best efforts, these bed cushions wound up moving around quite a bit more than I liked. So I wound up adapting this setup with some wide Velcro strips, and that helps secure them in place. I like the storage that we have underneath the bed when it's stretched out to a full bed. I like it so much that I think that if I ever do another build, I won't even bother with a bench setup. I think just leaving it as a bed makes a lot more sense. You get more storage, and you pretty much leave it set up as a bed most of the time anyway. Just my thought. I built 2 of these shelves. One is on my side, one is on Hubby's side of the bed, and on my side I wound up adding a shelf, dividing it horizontally so I can store my clothes in here. For me, this is a much better system. I have access to my clothes while I'm in the van, and I don't have to leave, go outside, around the back, open up the back of the van, bother Hubby, who might be sleeping on the bed, to get in there and get my clothes out of the basin. Okay, despite securing this with 3 plumbing straps, every so often the whole fixture would just sort of slide down the handle a couple of inches, and it made it much more unstable, and I just didn't like it. So I finally did it. I finally drilled something into the van. It's just a small screw that keeps the whole thing in place. I'm not worried about it. Okay, let me point out that right here you can see the back end of the center console that is installed between the 2 front seats. This back end here has this flip-up plastic piece. If you have a Honda Odyssey, you probably know what I'm talking about. I think it's designed for you to put a trash bag in, and that's what we used it for. It was our primary trash bag. When it was flipped up, it took up way too much room in the back here. When the bed is set up, you only have a couple of inches walking space. To fix this, I wound up taking out, it's very easy to take out the center console, and I just started unscrewing it to the point where I could remove a lot of this back end. I was able to buy a little trash can that sits up on top of it without really getting in our way, and it gave us much more space. Well, a lot has changed in here. We have not been traveling with the cooler anymore. We upgraded ourselves to a plug-in fridge. It plugs into the cigarette port or accessory port, whatever you call it now, when we're driving. And then when the car is shut off, we plug it into our portable battery pack that we travel with. So yeah. We like it much better because we don't have to stop and get ice all the time. The ice isn't constantly melting and making a mess. And it's not a hassle if one day you just can't find ice. So that's been a big upgrade. To accommodate the fridge, I had to reconfigure a lot of this pantry area. I managed to add another shelf. So it's an overall better layout. So those are the major things that we've changed since I initially built the whole thing. But I'm always prepared to be making more changes, and as we adjust and as we do some more tweaking, I'll keep you updated. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.